Good morning, YouTube. Welcome back to my channel. Today's video is a very special video to me. It is our 20,000 subscriber video. That's right, 20,000 people fit in this little greenhouse. It's quite amazing. I can't believe it. Anyways, things are going great here. It is warmed up. The pond that I showed you last week that was frozen, completely thawed. It is 50 plus degrees outside. That's 10 Celsius for you folks. Inside here is 70 degrees or 20, and it's just lovely and warm. It's really bright behind you. Excuse me. It's a clear sunny day, nice and bright here. Anyways, a lot's in bloom here in the greenhouse, as always. Some cockle shells, some brasses, some oncidiums, lots behind me even. Some nice red oncidiums. There's a cattleya up there. But today we are going to be talking about the Parrot Flower Power. About a month ago, I did an unboxing. These guys were gracious enough to send me a couple of these. One for me to try out and one to give away. So I decided I wasn't going to give one away until I tried it out myself. So today we are going to do the giveaway. And by this point right now, although I haven't actually drawn the name yet, by the time it gets edited and everything, check your inbox. You may already have been a winner. So congratulations. What we're going to do today, though, is we're going to look at the plant and just sort of review the product itself. There's a few topics that I want to go over. So, to start with, the good news is the plant is nice and healthy. It's still in flower. If you haven't seen the unboxing video for this, a little late for the contest, I'm afraid, but you can still check it out. I'll put a link in the description below to the unboxing. It shows the setup and everything like that, the overall, the way the system works. So today we're not going to talk so much about the way the system is set up, but we're going to just talk about my experience over the last 4 or 5 or 6 weeks, however long it's been. I'm a little bit behind on this, but the plant's loving me for being behind because this guy's seems to be telling me exactly how to take care of this guy. So what I'm going to do is bring up the app on the phone, because that's how you communicate with the Parrot Power, Flower Power, and just sort of touch base on a few things here. So why don't we look at the phone here, and I don't know what the best way to do this is. I'm going to show you sort of this way, and then I will do sort of a close-up as well. So basically, the first thing that we want to talk about is just the ease of use and the actual looks of the product. If it's a big ugly thing, you're not going to want it in your house or in your greenhouse. And I found, honestly, a lot of times it blends in so well, I have nearly forgot about it. You can see it there in the plant, but you can barely see it there in the plant. And a lot of times I've been watering and I have to almost pull the hose away and go, oh, forgot that one's in there, because it's so non-invasive. So I really like that part of it. And then once it's all set up, the ease of use is phenomenal. Really easy to use. It breaks it down into a to-do list of what you need to do. And for today, the only chore I have is I need to water the plant in 3 days. I have been following that as good as I can. And the plant is thriving. It was in flower 6 weeks ago when I put the Parrot Flower Power in there, and it's still in flower today. So for ease of use, I have to give this guy a 5 out of 5 on ease of use. There's this no reason not to on that. Totally simple. One of the next big topics is the plant database. So it has tons and tons of plants. It says here, I think I read something like 6,000 plants, it says on the box. It touches base on nearly every category of plant that you can possibly imagine. In order to do them all, you would need, instead of 6,000, you would need 600,000. So you can't expect these guys to do everything, but I see just here in front of me, there is 4 or 5 different agave species that you could pick from if you're growing agave. And that's just because I'm in the A's, and it takes so long to scan out of the A's. I'm still in the A's even though I'm scanning or scrolling down, because it's just so vast. So if you want to grow an American marigold, you can do that. And if I scan a whole bunch, just keep scrolling. I'm going to try to get out of the A's. All right, now I'm in the B's. There's a butterfly bush just in front of me. I have a butterfly bush in the yard. So this thing is waterproof. You could put it in the yard beside the butterfly bush, and it would tell you the care that it needed for the butterfly bush. So it's just very extensive. For some of us real plant geeks, we'll call it, it may not be quite as extensive enough. It does have, for example, Nepenthes in there. So I'll bring this guy down just because he's right here. This is a Nepenthes. It has 2 or 3 different species of Nepenthes. It doesn't have hundreds of different species, but you know, by the time you categorize, you can get your Nepenthes species in there. I believe it does have a Venus flytrap for all of you that asked, and it has many, many other plants. So other than having, you know, there's just too many plants to have them all, but they've really done a good job at getting most of them in there. So if you can't find your exact plant, you can generally find a close second very easily. You know, for that part of it, for the plant database, there's always room for improvement because you can get more plants in there, but I would say it's a 4 to 5 anyways, because you're more than likely to find your plant or something very similar that you could grow your plant, you know, in comparison with. So, you know, I really like that part. Now, when you come in the greenhouse, or you come in your house, or you're sitting on your couch and you want to know how your plant is doing, what you need to do for this guy is you go up to the app and you click flower power, and then you're going to synchronize. So this guy says here I synchronized 14 minutes ago. What I'll do is I'll film a few little short bursts so you can see the close up here. So it may not say 14 minutes by the time you're actually seeing this, but I synchronized it 14 minutes ago. That way it gives you all the latest up-to-date information. It is on Bluetooth, so your phone has to be Bluetooth compatible. And while I'm talking about phones, it does work on iPhone and Android, so that's good. I think it covers all the bases for the phones, so you don't have to worry there. As long as you have a cell phone, you're good to go. I did pull this up on my iPad thinking that would be fantastic, but being it's Bluetooth and my iPad does not have Bluetooth, I could not use it. So it's a little bit restricted being it is on Bluetooth. I wish it was on Wi-Fi, because there's Wi-Fi here in the greenhouse, there's Wi-Fi through my house. I wish I was able to log on with stuff that has, like the iPad, that has the Wi-Fi instead. So I was unable to log on with that. I do find with the Bluetooth, you have to be sort of in line of sight. You know, I think if you had a straight line of sight, you could sit on your couch and link to your plant across the room. Here, I pretty much have to be in the greenhouse to link to it. So that's a little bit of a bummer. I wish I could link to it via Wi-Fi in the house. So with that being said, linking to it is a little bit more cumbersome than I would like. So I'm going to give the connectability of this a 3 out of 5, only because I couldn't use it on my iPad and I can't just open it up from in the house and sync to it. It just doesn't see it. So that's kind of a bit of a bummer. But as for plant charting, once you're synced up, it has My Garden here, so I would go to that. I've been working with this guy about a month, and in that month I've actually switched cell phones as well, so there's a bit of a break in the coverage because I was using a different cell phone as well. But you can see in the month's time when you're up in the watering, and I'm going to try to do a zoom in on this as well as I talk. You can see every day how much it's been watered exactly. You can scroll back and I can see that I watered on the 1st of the month, and then there was a little bit of a moisture blurb on the 26th of the month, and it almost breaks it down into the time as well. So it's really detailed that way. I can see I watered on the 20th, about halfway through the day, and it works great for temperature as well. So you can see every day on there is a temperature spike where the temperature goes up for the daytime, and then it's also, you know, a drop where it goes down at night, which is really, really handy. And sunlight is the same. So you can see a spike every day where it's daylight. You can see a dip every night. And you can actually see going back, some days are brighter than others. Here's one of the first days. So you can like click on the spike and zoom in a little bit. Find the spike there. So you zoom in a little bit more. It looks like on the 6th of August, I had a really bright day. Or October, sorry. Haven't had this since August. But I'm looking forward to the way it's going to be charting over the next month. It actually gives up to a 1-year period. So it gives a 1 month, or a 1 day, a 1 week, 1 month, a 3 month, and a 6 months, and a year charting. So I'll be able to see the big dips of winter and the peaks of summer for temperature and light and everything like that. I think the charting is amazing. I mean, this unit is actually telling how the whole greenhouse is flowing for the entire month or the entire year. So the charting on this is phenomenal. And it has a live mode as well. I'll go to that now. It takes a second to link up with the live mode, but it tells you what your sunlight is currently. You can actually move it around and see the difference in the sunlight just by changing the position of the unit itself. So you can move your plant to a brighter location. It tells the fertilizer, which apparently isn't available in live mode, but it tells the fertilizer. I just hadn't touched base on that tab. Temperature in here right now, it says it's 72 degrees. So that is nice and beautiful. Stable at 72, and it tells the sunlight as well in a brightness scale. So nice and bright in here, good temperature, and you know that's the live mode of it as well. And I mean, it's telling you the exact to the second data, which is just fantastic. So I love the way this data is recorded. I don't care that it's in the cloud, and yes, it's a little bit cumbersome with the Bluetooth, but the actual data recording on this is just phenomenal. I have to give the actual ability to record the data and track your plant a 5 out of 5. In fact, you know, this device in this plant basically tracks the entire history of the greenhouse. So absolutely phenomenal there. 5 out of 5 for that one. And overall, I'll put that back down. I mean, the plant is healthy. The plant is just semi-moist. It's telling me to water in about 4 days, did I say? And it feels like about right. It's still in bloom. It hasn't lost any blooms from drying out or anything. It does give you notifications on your phone if you're falling behind on your chores for your plant. Orchids are very easy. I didn't have to fertilize it over the last 6 weeks, which really I didn't fertilize any of my orchids over the last 6 weeks. If you had a high maintenance plant that needed fertilizer, I'm sure it would adjust and tell you that as well. So I've just watered it when it said to. The light has been classed as okay the whole time, and it's growing fantastic. Temperature has been classed as okay the whole time as well. So no complaints there. The plant is growing nicely. My wife Tracy, she wants to snag this thing and put it in the house now. We want to put it in the ficus tree for the winter time. We always have horrible luck with the ficus, so I think that's where it's going to go. It's going to leave the greenhouse. But anyways, as I said, these guys at PARROT Flower Power have been gracious enough to give 2 of these devices, one to me and one to give away. So check your inbox now. I'm not going to announce it right in the comments, but I am going to give you a PM. So I'm just going to do a random number generator on your comments, and any comment that is down there will be counted. Any share that is down there will be counted again. But yes, so I think overall, you know, the product to me is about 4.5 stars out of 5. Really, there's not much that they can improve on other than the Wi-Fi. Everything else is just fantastic. I'm just being really picky with the plant database. Beautiful product, works really well. Totally recommend it for any of you novice or the people that even just forget to water their plants. If you kill your plants all the time, but you always have your cell phone in your hand, you'll get the notice that it's time to water the plants. So anyways, that is it for this episode. Congratulations to the winner. As I say, I haven't drawn them yet, but by the time this is actually up, you will have your email in your inbox. So look for that. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope the next 20,000 subscribers fit in here just as easy as the first 20,000 subscribers. And until next time, thanks for watching.